Tuned in to the realest conversations on the net, so sit back, relax, and you already know what to do. Talk to me, brother calls on the scene, real talk, good vibes and everything in between. Hit that like, share the light, you know what it means. Subscribe, don't hide, join the fam, live the dream. Now talk to me when the truth get told. Brother call in the chair, got wisdom, that's gold. You don't wanna miss a minute, nah, not at all. Hit that bell and the light, come around with Carl. He bring the heat from the streets to the soul. Last loving lessons, yeah, we play that role. Coming down low, let your voice be heard. This the people show, powered up by the word. Talk to me, brother calls on the scene. Real talk, good vibes and everything in between. Hit that like, share the light, you know what it means. Subscribe, don't hide, join the fam, live the dream. You know the vibe, this is Talk to Me with Brother Carl, every voice matters. Like, share, subscribe, let's talk, let's grow, let's get it in.
We have people rolling this.
Calls on the scene. Real talk, good vibes, everything. Hit the light, share the light, you know what it means. Subscribe,
it's time for everybody to come in. Get your seat. Get your mint jubilant. Whatever. Sit down, relax. I know football started at 4 o'clock as well, and we're in competition with that. But I appreciate the challenge. Because, you know, what we're trying to make an attempt to achieve is so powerful. I want to say welcome, dear family, to another edition of Talk to Me. For it is truly the talk show that loves to talk to you, and each and every Sunday at 4 o'clock right here on the podcast, Brother Carl, Talk to Me. I want to give you an idea of some.
Hold on. Miss Bishop is backstage, but I can't bring her on. She has to activate her microphone. So if she can activate her microphone, then I can bring her on live.
Please send her that text.
She has the text backstage. She just can't. She just needs to activate her microphone.
Okay. Well, as soon as we come to that, I just want to continue with the idea of what we're trying to achieve, because we are Palm Beach County, and we are one of the 67 counties located in the state of Florida, trying to make an attempt to address the Florida law that was passed back in 1994 and ensuring the educational experience of African and African American children, not only them, but the totality of the world of academia, get opportunity to explore the wonderful and beautiful things that come from the African American expression and all of the other things that evolve as a result of us retrieving the knowledge of self. And in what we're talking about today, we're going to be expanding our thoughts as we look at and investigate the school district of Palm Beach County. And we know by God's grace, we've been blessed by God for our family to be given, if you will, a female. Her name is Miss Ethel Kennedy, and she hails from the school district of Palm Beach County. And I want to put it in proper perspective, because I am on the state task force, and I engage with Pinellas, Orange, and Broward, and Dade, and everywhere else, and they're always competing supposedly for where we are located as exemplary. And when I say exemplary, that means that we have some qualities and some things that we are doing here in Palm Beach County that no others are doing, and we're going to take a critical look at that today. And to the family, to the family of the state of Florida, but particularly the African American community. This is our sister that God has blessed us with in public education to give us a better understanding of what it is that we need to be doing as a family to contribute to the educational experience of our children. And her name is Miss Ethel Kennedy. And I wanted to bring her forward and allow her the opportunity to meet you in the media, in the world of social, because we're on Facebook and all that kind of stuff. But we're hoping that we're going to meet her in person very shortly here in Palm Beach County. I want to say welcome to Talk to Me, Miss Kennedy, and tell us a little bit about yourself and what it is you'd like for us to know.
Thank you for this opportunity, Brother Carl. I'm very excited to walk into this role. I feel like I am standing on the shoulders of giants who paved the way for this to be an opportunity for us because, like you said, there are a lot of pioneers and a lot of soldiers that have been in this movement that have been ensuring our students have access to their history and to an education that they deserve. I am an Army brat. I come from Columbia, South Carolina. My parents were in the military. My grandparents were sharecroppers. They grew tobacco, they raised hogs, they grew watermelon. And so I feel like I look back at my heritage and my history and I think to myself, like, I have really been afforded an opportunity that years ago would not have been afforded to my ancestors. So I'm really excited to be here and thank you for opening up this platform for me.
And it's so exciting for me because I've been on this journey. I have the reputation of being the longest, oldest volunteer in the history of Palm Beach County for African American children and haven't received no resources, no checks. I'm talking about everything I've been doing continuously for over like 30 or 40 years now. And what I thank God for is that He gave me the spirit to want to see this thing through, because I understand that it is the mind that controls the body, and if we're not given the opportunity to get the proper information, then we're going to suffer. You know what I mean? I'm hoping that we're going to get the accomplishment of, the accompanying of our big sister, Miss Maria Bishop, who I think is really the architect that God got right now, because I've dealt with a lot of different chief academic officers, and I wouldn't give you 50 cents. I mean, I wouldn't pay for none of them. But with her, and in this time period in which we live, she's so critical and so vital for her understanding and for her caring for the totality. You know, like at the school district, we got a big sign said that they're interested in every child. And for her to have such an interest, I'd like for the community to meet her, because she's just almost as new as you are. She came on a little bit before you, but we see now that God has placed different people in our environment here in Palm Beach County that we need to be paying attention to. And that's what I wanted to bring to everybody today. I'm hoping that she can come through. We was having problems with her microphone, but I'm hoping that she's able to come through. But tell us anything that you would like to tell us. Give us some guidance or some kind of thought processes that you have taken on such a role. Because see, like I look at you like you was on the stagecoach. That's kind of old school. And you're getting ready to take over the reign. So that means you guide the horses in whichever direction that we're going to go in. So tell us a little bit about what you would like to talk to us about.
So personally, when I was growing up, I didn't see a lot of people who looked like me in our curriculum. And later as a teacher, I realized how important that was for our students when they finally do see themselves in their history and in their education. And that's really what set me on this path. And as I started to work, I started as a social studies teacher at John I. Leonard High School, and later started a BSU there and started teaching African American history as well. And our BSUs are really essential to supporting and weaving in our culture within the school system. For me, I think what's most important is really building those frameworks of connection. So connecting those dots across the departments and then also across the community so that we can not only amplify what's already strong, but create a framework for our students that are in our community that need support and that also want to support. For me, I think that a lot of times it's not that people lack the passion of supporting, or they just don't know how because the framework hasn't been put in place for them. So I really want to give them the opportunity to see the connection, see how great the work is, and see where they can come in and support.
And this is where we get an opportunity to bring in our big sister, Miss Maria Bishop. I'm talking about when I see her, this is truth, and I ain't got to tell no lie, because I'm trying not to be no liar. With the attitude and the spirit that God bless you with to be a human being in this dispensation of time, to bring forward the world of academia, to move it forward, and to be who you are, the Chief Academic Officer of Palm Beach County. Today, we have hopes that you would tell us, our community, because we don't get too much information from Nobody, right? And we got different African Americans in different stations, but we don't get the information. And to have you with a heart that, because I've had conversation with you, and when I call you my big sister, I'm not playing with that. I think that comes from God, because those of us who want what's right for the human family, I think we are born into a different era of existence. And when I bring you forward, I'm bringing along with you the people that you work for, the school district of Palm Beach County, who's in competition with the other 66 counties with dealing with the Florida law that I've been talking with Ms. Kennedy about, and how you have intentions of not only addressing that, but expanding the world of academia for our children. So I want to say to the family, this is Ms. Maria Bishop. She's the Chief Academic Officer for Palm Beach County School District. And for whatever time God got her running that reign, we got to rally behind her, because she identified herself as a person, a human being that's interested in the well-being of the human family. Miss Bishop.
Thank you so much, Brother Carl. I appreciate that warm welcome. Can you hear me okay?
Absolutely.
Okay, I apologize. I was trying to sign in, but I was having some technical difficulties. But here I am. Good afternoon. It's a pleasure to be here with all of you. I'm so glad you already had an opportunity to meet our fabulous new manager,
Yes.
Miss Kennedy, that we're so excited. She's hit the ground running, as they say. What I love about Miss Kennedy is that she has the passion and commitment to our students. So we saw that in her right away. So I'm excited about that. But yes, I came on last January. I started with in this position, and I just feel like I'm very blessed to be here and to be able to impact our students out there. Um, I oversee several departments. Elementary education, so we're focusing on all the core content areas for elementary, and then secondary, and that's where we have our Miss Kennedy's department is located there, as far as all of the required instruction that we must teach. And then we have our ESC department and our early education and extended learning education. So we do have several departments, but all of the departments, we are committed to improving the outcomes of all of our students, in particular those students that really need it. We've made some nice gains over the last couple of years. We've been really focusing on building all of our students, and regardless of their subgroup, regardless of where they come from, really helping our teachers, our staff understand that all of our students can succeed, and really helping them see the potential of all of our students. So as far as for me, the culmination of all of our work that we do is high school graduation and post-secondary career success. So whether the students want to go to college or whether they want to take, career pathway, that we need to make sure that our students are ready and that they have these opportunities. That's been really big for us. But as far as required instruction, I think we've had bits and pieces out there. We've had some really good resources. We've trained a lot of our teachers and our administrators. Like just in September, we had all of our principals with us, and our superintendent, Mr. Burke, really relayed the message that required instruction is essential, and we have to be in compliance with that. And he told the principals and that were there that he does expect us to make sure that we are compliant with required instruction, and that we have to make sure that our teachers have the resources in order to do that. So we felt really good about that. And so this year, with Ms. Kennedy coming on board too, it's giving us an opportunity to look at exactly where we are and what are our next steps, to make sure that it is a part of our daily work, all of the required instruction.
Well,
So
one of the things that I focus on, because I've been involved ever since this law was passed, and I went through this part where I was in Tallahassee with Ethel before it even became available to the state of Florida, back when the senators first passed the bill. And I understand sincerely how difficult it is to bring into the human equation the knowledge that we are focusing on right now. This knowledge that we're talking about has in its possession a lot of people that for whatever the reason is, don't want this kind of knowledge to be shared with the human family. And I want the human family to understand sincerely from our perspective. We understand that difficulty. And the reason why I bring you here is with hopes that they can see that it is a viable, a real reality in the world of academia. And we're here as Palm Beach County, because I keep sharing with my sister, Ms. Kennedy, we Palm Beach County. And if we're going to challenge somebody, we're going to challenge Dade, Broward, and other counties that have the same obligation that you do. And we need to talk to all of the chief academic officers in the state. We need to talk to all of those that in Ms. Kennedy's position, although I understand that many of the people that were in her position have been lost based upon the activity of America. But we still, as a family here in Palm Beach County, we got an opportunity to really enhance, beautify all of the positive adjectives that you can use in order to bring forward some kind of new reality for ourselves. And I just want my family to understand, because this is a community program, a podcast. This is not the school district. So I get a chance to insert some of the thought processes from the community perspective as we reach out to you as a system inside of the state of Florida to help us to partner. Because like the relationship that I enjoyed was I was along with Congressman Alcee Hastings, Maud Ford Lee, from the school district, Sandra Richmond, Miss Montgomery, Dr. Johnson, and Mr. Gent, and all of those people. So bringing all of that to a climax with hopes that we have now a person inside of that department that can assist us in trying to get some kind of way to gauge what we're doing as it relates to the Florida law. Because right now, I'll be honest with you, Ms. Bishop, I don't have no way to take any kind of data to look at the actual movement of our children, and I'm sure that's what we all want to see, right?
You have a question on the screen.
Go ahead. What was that question?
It's on the screen.
Okay, what role does the community play in supporting African American studies education in Palm Beach County? Good question.
Well,
either one of y'all could take that.
yeah, and
Both of
Miss
y'all
Kenny,
can
I
do
can
it.
start, and then you can. I'll say that we really want the community to be involved with our work, and we want to. That's one of the things we want to focus on is expanding those relationships with the community. Right now, we do have some of that going on, and probably Miss Kennedy can tell you in detail. But as far as having the community come in and come to our schools and help us out, being guest speakers, addressing our students, ranging for field trips, letting us attend various, have our students have various opportunities to learn about the community. I don't know. What else do you want to say, Miss Kennedy?
I think that the community has everything in when it comes to the role that they play in our school systems. One, because our students thrive when they feel seen outside of our school walls. So that might mean that you're mentoring at a school or at the library or within a community program. You're volunteering at the school. You're offering internships if you own a business, or just showing up at events, football games, basketball games, plays, school-wide events, even small gestures. You see a student, you smile, you have a conversation. All of those things can shift how students see their own worth. So our students are really uplifted and held by our community.
Well, one of the things that while y'all was talking, I was thinking about the relationship that our community has had with the school district of Palm Beach County. And we were able to come up with a document called the Achievement Matters for All. And in that document, it gave us different scales and different things where we can do a real assessment of whether we was making progress or wasn't moving. And I think we lost that connection. And I know we lost that connection. And then we had the superintendent task force for African American children, particularly the African American male child. And that was a movement by all of the organizations, all of the everybody inside of Palm Beach County to try to address our problem. And we lost that connection. I don't know if it was COVID I'm gonna put it on COVID so we'll have a enemy. But we went silent in a lot of ways with the advancements that we have, and I have hopes that we would revisit many of the accomplishments of Palm Beach County so that we can truly understand why Palm Beach County gets the opportunity to say that they're exemplary as it relates to the Florida statute, and what are some of the things that we've done and doing. Because even like right now, I don't know no other school district in the state of Florida ever imposed upon its whole entire system a day of study of us, like Palm Beach County. Palm Beach County made sure that all of our principals, even our police department, had to go through a day of training, and all of the, and then we set forward undoing racism training, which lasted for I don't know how many years, and it was a class that forced us to take a critical analysis of what it is that we're doing in academia. And I think when we look at Palm Beach County, we would really see the beauty of those that went before us and where we're located at right now, because we got a chance to really shine based upon the work that they already done put in. And that's all of them, even the ones that made minor mistakes or major mistakes or whatever. We as Palm Beach County have always been able to be at the end of the race when we do things. And I just wanted to bring that in. But what I need from you sisters is the idea in our community for them, the need for them to invest in what we're talking about. See, when we have to rely on the school district, and I know y'all already have streams of resources going in different directions, but if we were to encourage our community with the idea of trying to get some training, get some orientation, just like y'all spent all of that money. Just imagine how much money you spent in training everybody in your system for one day. And then with us as a community, what we need to expend in our organizations, our churches, our fraternities, sororities, and everybody else to ensure that they get the proper training to come along with what you guys are doing right now. Because right now you're setting the pace. I look at y'all too, like the paces at the Daytona 500, the pace cars be out front. Y'all set the pace for everybody else. And I'm hoping and praying sincerely that we can keep that pace going, because I see the opportunity for us to lead the world of academics in the world based upon what we're trying to make an attempt to achieve today. Miss Bishop, we are planning a community meeting so that our people can see you and see Miss Kennedy live, living and breathing. Now, I reside in the city of Riviera Beach, where they're poised right now to supposedly be in a position to receive the kind of instructions that you guys are offering. And I'm gonna talk to my mayor, and I'm gonna talk to our city council and others in our city to see if we can't host for the county. Because we got, what, 39 municipalities in, if they haven't included any more, in Palm Beach County. And we want to draw all of that energy to a central location so that we can give instructions and possibly have a change so that we can start some of the programming that we need inside of our county. And I wanted to know that we're on the board, and hopefully everybody else, because I told some of our school board members, I'm hoping that they tuned into this today, because I share with them the need for them to engage themselves as well, so that we don't be appearing individually so people can shoot us off one at a time. We're a team, we're Palm Beach County, and we come for education in the state of Florida. That makes sense?
Yes, absolutely. There have been a couple of questions that have come up. One is about how can the community, I guess, how can they get involved more with the cultural awareness in our school district? And now I see another. Oh yeah, how can parents and local organizations partner with schools to promote cultural awareness and pride among students? And that is something I think that Ms. Kennedy and I are going to work on, is making sure that, because a lot of times people want to help us, but we really need to be strategic and have a good plan for when we have this help, and so that we know exactly where we want to go. So we don't have that yet, but we will. So we're thrilled that you want to help and partner with us. So we're going to work on a good plan and maybe come up with a centralized site that if someone's interested, they can contact us through that. And then we can really be organized so that we can work together and make a difference. And I think the other question, I'm not sure what the second question was. Have you seen a shift in educators' attitudes or understanding about teaching African American history in recent years? I will say my opinion. I don't know, Ms. Kennedy, but I'm going to say yes, that I have seen that. I think that educators, I mean, first of all, we had to help them understand that, yes, we definitely want to instruct that, but that it's also required, just as we have the state statute requires us to teach math and ELA and so forth, that this is also required. But I think what we're trying to do now is not making it something like an extra that we have to teach, but it needs to be fluid across what we teach daily. For example, in math and science, while we're teaching that, we can immediately, when we look to adopt textbooks, we're looking for textbooks that acknowledge like all of the contributions from different cultures. And so at that point, we can recognize a famous, a scientist, an African-American mathematician or scientist or doctor that made a difference. And so I have seen that we've really come together with that. And that's what we're continuing to work on, so that it is just a natural flow of what we do every day, where we recognize our students and we help them see what their ancestors, what their role is and what we're doing today, so that we can build confidence and so forth. I don't know, Ms. Kennedy, if you want to add to that, but I think I have noticed that.
Ms. Kennedy?
The one thing that I'm really excited about, because with what Ms. Bishop has said is true, that there's some apprehension. However, my schedule, my calendar is filled this week with teachers that have been reaching out. So I get to go to a few schools this week, and I already have some schools next week where they're saying, okay, well, now that I know I can do this and I understand that it's a part of the required instruction, show me how, which is way more important and way more inspiring to me as a manager, that they're asking how and to show me, because that shows that they're open and willing, versus someone that's just ignoring and just not doing. So the fact that my calendar got so full in just a little bit of time, that made me feel excited that even though it seems like there might seem like there's some hesitancy, but people are starting to open up a little bit more. And that's for me inspirational.
Well, that's the reason why I love coming along on for the ride, because I've been around since we first started, right? I can remember before when we first went to Tallahassee, how difficult that was, and then how we've moved along and come to the point where we're at right now. And I think the biggest problem that we have is inside of our community, because we need to spend the time and the resources to understand, but we need the encouragement from those of you who are in public education and our people trust inside of your system. But we need the beckoning voice from you that help us to understand. Because see, like right now, I don't see no reason. We at Palm Beach County, we got a church proposal that we propose to every church that operates inside of our county, and everything that we offer is from an academic perspective. It's not none of that drive-by, because of my emotional feeling is all based upon academic excellence. And I'm hoping that we can move forward. Tell me this right here. How close is your relationship with our Classroom Teachers Association? Is that it? Is it? I shouldn't ask such a question. And my reason for asking such is because I've had a long relationship with the Classroom Teachers Association. I'm talking about, I don't know how many presidents I done went through, and I understood at one point they were trying to assist the district and trying to get some orientation and training into the community. And I was just wondering if they were still on our team to the degree that they should be, and that is to encourage our principals and our teachers in a different kind of way. Because I understand as a community, we got to offer a different style of teaching than what you guys have to offer, right? And it's totally different. And that's the point that I think that really brings us to a lot of injury, because we don't understand that the community got a responsibility and the school district got a responsibility, and they neither are the same, but they both complement one another if all of us are doing what we're supposed to do at the right time. And all of us are looking for some kind of measure of success. We hear about it, we've talked about it, and we know that it's obtainable. And I'm just trying to get us to that point. And I think, and I'm saying this because I can see y'all on, and this Sunday, and y'all challenging the NFL football game right now, as it relates to academia, right? And I'm hoping and praying that as we, as Palm Beach County, develop in our understanding, that everybody's understanding that this knowledge that we're talking about is something that has been misplaced. I'm gonna use some soft words, misplaced or whatever, but we are here now to bring that beauty and shine that light on that kind of information so that everybody can grow in their environment. If the community needs to contact either of you, you got that, Ms. Bishop?
Yes, probably our email. I can type in our email here. So my email it's easy. You see my name, the maria.bishop@palmbeachschools.org. And Ms. Kennedy's probably the same thing, ethel.kennedy@palmbeachschools.org. So email is the best way to contact us. And I'm going to type it in the comments here.
And that's a door that when we first started our relationship with the school district, we understood that we had a major difficulty with our parents because there were fear and apprehension for parents coming onto the school campuses. And then they didn't know how many times because they hadn't been trained or taught how to come. And that created a big void from the very beginning because we had a lot of people dropping off their children and doing all kind of crazy stuff that had we had some real orientation in our community, they would have did better and we'd have been doing better as a community. So we want to take a look at all of those injuries that we've fostered upon ourselves and how now with the insertion of the youth into the psychology of public education here in the state of Florida, how this can really move us forward as an educational system that reports that it's for every child. And I just thank you. I thank y'all. Y'all just don't know. I thank y'all so much because like I said, I'm the longest volunteer, and I haven't been able to meet people liking it to yourself with a spirit of really trying to resolve problems and bring clarity to the multitude of complex problems that we have. I just haven't been meeting them. And for me to meet you, y'all just don't know, I'm excited. I mean, I'm really excited. I'm talking about in truth, inside of my spirit, y'all bring a different energy. And I'm hoping that as we communicate, my community would understand the need for us and how if we would insert ourselves as a community to assist y'all, we could do some things. Cause see, like I say for the past 6 school board meetings, I always ask for Tiger Wood, I ask for Tiger, I ask for Lamar Jackson, I ask for Venus and Serena, and I ask for all of those ones that have resources that they might squander away on purchasing cars and all that other kind of stuff. If they would come at this critical time in our development and just spend a pittance of what is necessary to assist us, we could lead not only Palm Beach County, but we would be leading the United States of America and the world based upon our interest and our involvement in the world of academia as we move forward. We got another question there. What did they say? That's a good one. And I've been researching the data for that because at one juncture I was in charge of well, not in charge, but I used to visit all of the Black student unions, and we had our Hispanic brothers and sisters give a presentation for African Americans. They were like 10th, 11th, 12th graders, and the African American could sit down, and they took on the challenge of addressing the Florida law. And if I could ever retrieve that, and you could see that, you would see how beautiful human beings are when they understand what is really true, as opposed to using their imagination and those other things that people do in order to take control of our thinking. And we know that education is supposed to be the cultivation of the human spirit and the human soul. It's supposed to bring out of us. In fact, the word education comes from the word induco, meaning to bring out. And because it's already in us. And we need people like you that have the ability to question us, reason with us, love us, and bring out of us what is best for us. So I'm here today. I'm running my mouth And I just wanted to, if y'all want to leave us with any kind of thought process or anything that you have to offer, and I want the family to know to put down the guns and all of the other stuff. It's time to pick up the love and the respect for ourselves and for education in particular, as we have these individuals in our midst in Palm Beach County. Our Chief Academic Officer, Ms. Marie Bishop, and our beautiful sister over the African, I'm just going to say African and African American. You got too many titles. I'm going to say African and African American curriculum, Ms. Ethel Kennedy, as we move forward, because I'm hoping that this piece that we're doing right now, we could share this with all of our organizations, with all of our churches, with all of our politicians, and come up with some kind of standard for conversation as it relates to education in Palm Beach County, so that we can stop people from just coming out here with their love. Like, cause this coming Wednesday, I'm gonna say it up front. I think it's gonna be, I pray it don't be, but I know we're supposed to have some turbulence based upon some of the comments that our school board person, Mr. Edward Ferguson, made, and some of the attitudes of the people in the community around the globe. But we, as Palm Beach County, you and me and Ms. Bishop and Ms. Ethel, we're focused on the real problem, the real the nucleus, if you will, because we're looking at education and how we can improve it, not only just say for African Americans, but for the totality of the human family of the planet Earth. So I wanted to say that and put that in there. You got another one. What is the long-term vision? I can't do that one. Y'all guys tell me that.
I'm going to say it. You have some really good questions popping up here. Very good questions. I know the previous one was about how I don't remember what it was, but something about how other cultures can benefit, of all backgrounds can benefit from a deeper understanding of African American history and culture. And yes, I think that we can all benefit from learning that. Doesn't matter what our background is, because we're going to know that we're all connected, right? We're all connected across this globe. And I know that maybe Ms. Kennedy can tell more about, but I've been following a little bit of the work that our other program planners are doing within the department. And I know that this month, I guess we still have a couple of days left of the Hispanic Heritage Month. And I know that one of our colleagues is doing some work about connecting the Latino work with the African American work and the music was really very powerful. And I also know that one of our other colleagues that focuses on the Holocaust studies was doing some of that as well, connecting it to African American, some of that work too. And I think that's just what we need to do, because we all are connected. And it just helps us all understand each other and recognize the contributions from every different culture. But particularly here, we're talking about African American history. And I thought it was such a great connection to make, even though they have other studies that they're focusing on, but to bring that up so that we all recognize that. I don't know, Ms. Kenny, if you have anything else to add, but I thought that was very powerful. I just saw.
Yeah, I agree. I think that visibility increases connection, because when you truly see a big picture of things and you have a deeper understanding, it doesn't create more division. It actually creates more connection and understanding, and a lot more grace, a lot more. I keep saying connection because that's the thing that's sticking with me, but definitely a lot more visibility and connection with the students. And I think that that's why this work matters, because it does restore our visibility and our pride in our culture, but not just as an individual culture of African American history, but also in African history, in Holocaust studies and Latino studies. The intersectionality that exists between all of those groups is vast, and I'm excited about that and having the opportunity to support our students in that way. I think that when our students see us working together, they learn what possibility really looks like, and I think that that's what makes this even more important, that there is a possibility that we see all these different individuals coming together, the community level, the parents, the teachers, the students, the district, all working together to support our students' education. They see that this is possible to collaborate for our common goal.
Well, let me give you a little bit of Palm Beach County history. When the law was first passed, we used to meet over at the Jewish Community Center, located over on Community and Military Trail. And whenever we had meetings across the state, the Jewish community always had their meeting because they have the same law. We just H, and they're another alphabet inside of that kind of law. And then with the Hispanic brothers and sisters, we've always had a beautiful and warming relationship because we've had trainings together. We used to have the Summer Institute for African and African Americans, and then they would have that a couple of days, and then they would have the one for the Hispanic. But everybody was always encouraged to enjoy both of them. And that's how I learned a lot about the Caribbean and some of the other things that are taking place on the planet. So that's the beautiful part that I'm looking at right now, that we have as a nugget, if you will, in our hand to offer to Palm Beach County and to the state of Florida and to the world. And if we would just take the opportunity to use it, we could really we could make a miracle take place, the greatest miracle in the world of academia, because a lot of people, they do fight with this idea of knowledge. We can see how certain people want to erase different knowledge, but we also understand the reason why we read scripture, Bible or Quran or whatever, is supposedly the oldest recorded deeds of man. And we look at what was, and we can see what is and what shall be. And I'm hoping that as we try to build a better world for the world, that we can start here in Palm Beach County. And we're going to go down in history. I believe we're going to go down, watch. Y'all don't believe me right now, but I'm telling you, Miss Bishop and Miss Kennedy, with this conversation today, we're getting ready to we've already taken the first step toward righteousness for public education in the state of Florida. I'm just I pray that everybody else would follow us on this journey, because I believe it's a journey toward supreme success, not only just say for African Americans, but once again, for the totality of the human family of the planet Earth. So I'm hoping that we all would join in as we move forward. We only got a couple of more minutes, but any instructions that you want to have, say to us, or any thoughts that you have, either one of you would like to share with us?
Well, I'd like just to say that we really appreciate being here with all of you and the interest of the community to partner with us, because I think that's where we're going to really be successful. Because at the end of the day, we all have the same goal, right? We want to ensure that our students can do the best that they can. In Palm Beach County, our mission is to educate, and affirm and inspire our students. And that's what we want to do for every single one of our students, because we want them, once they leave us, to have the best, they can contribute to society and just have the best future possible. So, I do think it takes all of us working together. So the more you can support us, the more you can support at your own school. If you have any questions or anything, be involved, be an advocate. We really do encourage you to be the advocate of your own children. Reach out to at the school level, to the teachers, the principals at the schools if you have any questions or concerns. Making sure that your students are in school every day. Attendance is very, very important. That they're on time. As families, if you can do that, that is extremely helpful, because every year we have students that miss many days and many hours of instruction that then that they could be at school learning and being on grade level. So that is so important for us that you do that. But please reach out to us if you have any questions or any concern. We're here to partner with you to ensure that your children are successful at school.
Ms. Kennedy?
I again want to thank you all for the opportunity to be here. I look forward to working with our students and with our schools, with the community, and just getting our kids more engaged and more involved with each other. So I'm really excited about this experience. I really hope to hear from you all. Again, my email address is ethel.kennedy@palmbeachschools.org. Let's see if I can copy this and paste it in the chat for you all to have going forward. There we go. And again, thank you all for the opportunity.
And I want to say to Palm Beach County, our school superintendent is called Mr. Burke. Our chairman of our school district is Ms. Karen Brill. We have all these wonderful people that are working, and I can say they're wonderful because I have a personal relationship with them all. Mr. Lane, Michelle Verode, excuse me for pronouncing that. I'm not, my Spanish is kind of messed up. Miss Andrews, Miss Whitfield, and of course our big brother, Edwin Ferguson. And I think it's time for us to engage everybody so that we can get our team. I mean, when we get ready to talk about our school district, we need to be talking about our superintendent. When we go to Tallahassee and go to where the superintendents meet over there near that, I forgot the name of that little restaurant. But when we walk in there, we could pull out our badge that says Palm Beach County. And when we get ready to talk to any board member in the state of Florida as it relates to education, our school district, our school board members are the best equipped as it relates to trying to repair the critical area in the state of Florida by complying to Florida Statute 1003.42H and really having an impact on the lives of children here in the state of Florida. I'm gonna leave it at that, and I know I'm kind of leaving like 10 minutes on the clock, but I think our time has been well spent, and I want to thank y'all again for a beautiful, I'm talking about one of the best Sundays. Y'all better than the Super Bowl. One of the best Sundays ever for education in the state of Florida. Miss Maria Bishop, our Chief Academic Officer for the Palm Beach County School District, and our big sister, Miss Ethel Kennedy, who's over the African and African American History Department. And I want to leave y'all with that. And thank you sincerely for your time. And I'm praying that we're going to have that meeting inside of the community, because I'm already inviting the NAACP and our mayor and all our commissioners and everybody, with hopes that we can get some of those people to do some things that y'all can instruct them to do. Thank y'all for giving me the moment in y'all Sunday. Appreciate y'all.
Thank you, Brother Carl. We appreciate you as well.
All right, Anthony, get us out of here.
Talk to me, we're gonna call. We do this every Sunday, 4 p.m. sharp. Don't keep it to yourself, spread that love. Don't keep it to yourself, spread that love. Thanks for watching, we appreciate the view. Every like, every comment, every word from you. Same time, same place, next week's the vibe. So don't forget to hit subscribe. You know, drop a line, let us know what's good. From the city to the screen, we reppin' the hood. Wisdom, faith and love in the game we lace. See you next week, same vibe, same place. Talk to me, yeah, we keep it real. Brother Carl on the mic, that's all you feel. Next Sunday we ride, same truth, same thrill. So until next time, peace, love, and God's will. Yo, drop a line, let us know what's good. From the city to the screen, we reppin' the hood. Wisdom, faith, and love in the game we lace. See you next week, same vibe, same place. Talk to me, yeah. This is Brother Carl signing out. Stay blessed. Don't forget, Sunday at 4, see you there. Yeah, drop a line, let us know what's good. From the city to the screen, we reppin' the hood. Wisdom, faith, and love.